Hi, I'm Sherry. I'm the Moonlight Crafter. Today I'm going to show you a super simple but really cute black and white pattern card with a pop of color. We're going to be using the Under My Umbrella stamp set. It's out of the brand new January to June mini catalog. It's on page 34. It's only $16. Super cheap. It's got some cute umbrellas. It's got some boots, some little flowers, and some really cute sentiments about rain and sun. And it's just been really fun to play with. And this card is super simple, so I think you guys are really going to like this. All right, so to get started, we're just going to use a regular A2 sized Whisper White cardstock as our base. And then we're going to have a black framing a white. All the measurements will be linked below, or you can go to my website, themoonlightcrafter.com, and you can see the full tutorial there. You can choose to use your Stamparatus while making this card because our Stamparatus does lift out and you can move it every inch along the way, but I chose to go ahead and just do this one by hand today. But you can do it either way. All right, so I'm going to take the boot from my stamp set, and this one's important. We are going to use Memento ink. Memento ink is a permanent black ink, but this one is special because you have to have this if you're going to color with alcohol markers. And we are going to be using the Stampin blends, which is our brand of alcohol markers. And so you don't want that to smear. So you have to use the Memento ink. And I'm just going to space these the best that I can. I'm not really worried about being perfect. I want about 3 of them going across my card. And you could get really random with them on purpose. That would work too. I think the other ones I made, I didn't quite get a full 4 rows in, so we'll see how I do this time. And you see how I am inking up my stamp pad. If you're new to stamping, I never drag my stamp across the pad because you will eventually destroy the pad itself. You don't want to do that. So I just move it around on different spots on the pad to make sure I get the ink real good everywhere on the stamp. And I do straight down, good pressure, and straight up. Wiggling and wobbling is where you start to make it look like a second grader. Get it? No offense to second graders. All right, and then so it does look like my last row here is actually going to go off the page, but that's okay, as long as I do it on a little bit of paper. It'll be fine. I go off the edge. It's okay. I'm really low. All right. See, anybody could do that so far. We have our patterned boots in a row. Super simple. Then we're just going to put it together. Got a couple more things to stamp, but here's my snail adhesive. I did that backwards, but that's okay. And these measurements will give you about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Now what I'm going to do next then is you're going to choose whatever color you want to pop, and you're going to stamp one separate boot and cut it out. You're going to fussy cut it, meaning you're going to take your sharp scissors. Our brand is very sharp. In fact, if you're not careful, you'll cut yourself. And you can just fussy cut that out. As you guys know, with 4 kids, it is really hard to get anything else crafting wise done. And so this kind of work is perfect for me. I will stamp a whole bunch of boots just like this and sit on the couch and be with my kids at night while they're watching their little shows, and I can color and I can cut and do some of this stuff. So it can be relaxing if you're not a fan of fussy cutting. Think of it in a different way, use it at a different time. It can be rather enjoyable. All right, so I've got my little boot, and then I'm going to color him. I'm going to color him Daffodil Delight, which is what I did on this one here. And there's a lot of different ways you can actually color. But if you're ever interested in details and learning how to shade, how to blend, I have an online class that you can find on my website as well, where you can sign up and hang out with me all the time, and I can teach you how to color. Different ways to color. There's lots of different ways. There's really no wrong way to do it. There we go. I know I colored that one for you guys, but I haven't done one in Bermuda Bay yet, so I think I'm actually going to use this one. But you could use any color. The point is you're going to pop. The color is going to just really pop because of the rest of this is all black and white. Another idea or option for you that I did on this card here is to use our shimmery crystal effects. And this is a super good glue. If you don't have crystal effects, you need this. Plus it has shimmer in it. You really can't go wrong. What I did is I colored like I just showed you, and then I did a pretty generous amount of this crystal effects all over the boot. And I let it dry overnight, and it ends up giving you this almost looks like plastic real rubber galoshes look, and it's so cool. So I would recommend, if you don't have this, you need some. All right, so here we go. We got our boot, and we're going to choose where to put it. You can see I moved it around on some of these different cards here. This one I put up in the middle. This one I put on the left-hand side. Let's see, where do we want this guy? And you can choose any of the sentiments that you want. I think I'm going to do another Rain or Shine, You're Always on My Mind. Well, the train's up with me. Nobody else is. Maybe you girls are up with me, I don't know. All right, so I stamped No Matter the Weather, We're Friends Forever. And all I did on that one is I just kind of used scissors and cut it myself. And I'm going to take it behind black, and then I can do it by hand like that. Sometimes I'll measure, but yeah, I think the train is relaxing. Okay, that looks good. Let's see where this wants to go. And one of them I made a flag. I kind of flagged it and I liked that. And then this one I just made a box and I liked that. So I decided to make another box. Let's see how this looks. Gonna just test it. Oh yeah, that doesn't look bad. How about that? That looks good. Okay, we're gonna pop this guy up with our dimensionals. He is the only color or interest that we have on this card, so I definitely want to make sure that I show him off. And I will probably go back after the fact and use my shimmery crystal effects on even these boots because I really like the way that that looked. All right, told you this was simple. Play with it till you find where you want it to be. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. All right. Then, last but not least, I added some of these flowers just that come out of the boot, or you can put the flowers around the umbrella. Some other ideas of any stamps that you have that have like little creatures. You could pop little creatures out of the boot. That would be kind of a cute thing to do. The meerkats, if you've got the free meerkats set from the Stampin' Celebration catalog. And so I will just stamp some of those flowers, and same thing, fussy cut those out. Get myself these little flowers and the little leaves. And I am using light mossy meadow as my green. These leaves are so small, there's not a lot of blending going on here, so I'm just mostly just coloring. And then I'm also using Purple Posy and Rococo Rose, both in the lights. And then I'll get my Daffodil Delight in here too, my yellow. With the Stampin' Blends, every time you go over it again, you've added another layer of color. Just let it dry, and then you can add another layer of color on part of the flower. Let it dry, or evaporate rather is what it's doing, and add a little bit of color on the edge. And that way it starts to get really a darker tone, even just using one color. It's a lot simpler than some of the other brands out there where you have to use 4, 5, 6 different markers just to get some color differentiation. And then my Daffodil Delight. Okay, cute, fresh little flowers. And then I can have those guys just popping out of my boots. Ta-da! So cute. Simple, cute. It's a nice pop of color for you. And you could make these really quickly. So I hope you guys try this. It's the Under My Umbrella stamp set in the new January to June mini catalog. If you like this project, please like this video, share it with a friend. It really helps my channel. It allows me to bring you guys more content. And go ahead and hit the subscribe button, so the red button below. That way my videos, whenever I post a new one, will pop up right away for you. You guys can create right alongside with me. Thanks, and have a great night.